Before you drop $1,000 or more on a set of all-terrain tires, you need to see this. Because this isn't about how aggressive they look or how loud they sound. This is about one thing that actually matters: stopping distance. I put 14 of the most popular all-terrain tires through real-world testing on actual roads, and the results were eye-opening. Some of these tires needed up to 20% more distance to stop in wet conditions. That could be the difference between a close call and a collision. So here are the 9 best all-terrain tires for everyday driving. But stick around until the end, because I'll also reveal the 5 worst ones you should avoid at all costs. And honestly, you might be running on one of them right now without even knowing it. Let's get into it, starting from number 9. Number 9. Nitto Terra Grappler G2. Now, before you get the wrong idea, yes, this tire made the best list, but it lands at the bottom of the top 9. That means it's still worth considering. It just didn't score as high as the others in our lineup. The Terra Grappler G2 is a name many truck owners recognize and trust. It has that rugged, aggressive appearance with large tread blocks that help it grip dirt and gravel far better than standard highway tires. On dry pavement, it performs admirably with predictable steering and solid handling under normal driving conditions. Plus, it gives your truck or SUV that adventure-ready look. Here's where it fell short. In our wet grip and braking tests, this tire needed more distance to come to a stop compared to others in this group. That's a big deal, especially when you're driving through rain. Wet cornering also felt less confident, like the tire wasn't as sure-footed when navigating slippery turns. So, while it delivers a bold appearance and respectable dry performance, the next tire on this list takes things up a notch, particularly when the roads get wet and safety becomes critical. And that's where it starts getting interesting. Number 8. Travelstar EcoPath. This tire might look basic at first glance, but it surprised us in a few key areas. During our wet testing, the Travelstar did something most tires struggle with. It handled deep standing water remarkably well. In our hydroplaning test, it maintained grip and stayed composed where other tires would have lost control. That's reassuring because water on the road can turn dangerous in seconds. However, when we examined its overall performance more closely, some weaknesses appeared. In wet braking and cornering tests, this tire didn't slow down or turn as sharply as some competitors. That means slightly longer stopping distances in rain and less confidence when turning at speed. Another thing we noticed was cabin noise and ride comfort. The Travelstar was noticeably louder and rougher than many other tires on this list. On extended drives, that extra noise and vibration really becomes apparent. So, the Travelstar EcoPath AT shows flashes of solid wet surface performance, especially in heavy water situations. But it still falls short of delivering the smooth, quiet driving experience most drivers expect. And if you thought that was interesting, the next tire brings a completely different kind of performance, one that comfort-focused drivers will definitely appreciate. Number 7. Yokohama Geolandar/TG015. This one has a more refined look compared to the aggressive all-terrain options, and it's built for drivers who prioritize a comfortable, quiet daily ride. One of the first things we noticed was how smooth it felt on paved roads. Inside the cabin, things were noticeably quieter with these tires compared to many others we tested. That translates to less road noise during long highway cruises or slow city driving, something a lot of everyday drivers really value. When it came to wet handling, this tire performed well. It managed rain and slippery conditions with confidence, providing a reassuring feel on wet pavement. That's a major advantage if you live somewhere with frequent rainfall. Off-road and gravel performance, however, was only average. It handled rough or loose surfaces adequately, but it didn't have the aggressive grip of more rugged all-terrain options. Still, if your driving is primarily on paved roads with only occasional light off-road use, it gets the job done. One area where this tire struggled was rolling resistance, which means it requires more effort from your engine to maintain speed. That can translate to slightly lower fuel economy. As we move up the list, the next tire brings even sharper handling both on and off the pavement. #6 Pirelli Scorpion All-Terrain Plus. This tire strikes an excellent balance between everyday road use and off-road capability, making it a popular choice for drivers who want one tire that handles a bit of everything. On paved roads, the Pirelli feels confident and composed. It grips well in dry conditions and doesn't feel twitchy or unpredictable. In wet weather, it also performed solidly, offering reliable traction and braking when the pavement was slick. That kind of grip helps you feel safer during rainy commutes. When we took it off the pavement onto gravel and dirt, the Scorpion All-Terrain Plus continued to impress. Its tread design allows it to grip loose surfaces while maintaining steady control without excessive sliding. It's not the most extreme off-road tire available, but it holds its own on light trails and dirt roads. Another positive we noted was fuel consumption. This tire has relatively low rolling resistance, meaning your engine doesn't have to work as hard to maintain speed. That can add up to better gas mileage over time, something most daily drivers appreciate. Inside the cabin, the ride felt smooth and comfortable, and noise levels stayed reasonable even on rough pavement. If this breakdown is helping you, hit that like button. Share this with someone who's tire shopping, and subscribe for more real-world tire tests and automotive advice. Number 5. BF Goodrich Trail Terrain T/A. The number 1 voted off-road tire here in the US makes its appearance. But you might be wondering, why isn't it ranked higher? Well, while this tire absolutely dominates dirt, gravel, and off-road trails, its on-road manners aren't quite as polished as the tires ranked above it. On the highway, the BF Goodrich Trail Terrain T/A feels solid, but it's noticeably louder than some of the more road-focused options. You'll hear more tread noise inside the cabin, especially at highway speeds. Comfort over bumps is decent, but not as smooth as the Yokohama or Travelstar we covered earlier. Where it truly excels is off-road performance. Loose gravel, dirt paths, and uneven surfaces are where this tire comes alive. Its tread blocks are engineered to handle rough terrain, giving you confidence when the asphalt ends. Even in challenging conditions like mud or loose sand, it remains controllable and predictable. Wet handling and braking on pavement are acceptable, but you can feel the difference compared to the top performers. Fuel economy also takes a slight hit due to the aggressive tread design, which increases rolling resistance. If you spend significant time exploring trails or need a tire that thrives off-road without completely sacrificing road usability, this is a strong contender. But what if you want nearly the same off-road confidence with better braking on pavement, tighter steering feel, and less road noise at highway speeds? That's exactly where the next tire steps in. Number 4. Toyo Open Country A/T3. This tire steps up in areas where the BF Goodrich excelled off-road but felt loud and rough on pavement. On regular roads, the Toyo handles corners with confidence and feels balanced under steering inputs. When it rains, it does an excellent job maintaining grip and helping you slow down safely. That kind of wet performance matters whether you're driving through town or cruising the highway. Take this tire off the pavement and you'll see where it really shines. On gravel and dirt, the tread pattern digs in and holds well, providing solid traction and control. It makes light trails feel more predictable and doesn't fight you when the surface gets loose or uneven. Inside the truck, the ride is comfortable and cabin noise is kept in check better than many rugged all-terrain tires. That's a significant plus for everyday drivers who use their vehicle for work, family trips, or long road journeys. One area where it doesn't lead is rolling resistance, which means slightly higher fuel consumption compared to smoother road-biased tires. But many drivers find that trade-off worthwhile for the balance of traction and comfort. The tire ahead of this one brings even tighter handling and smoother overall performance. Number 3. Goodyear Wrangler All-Terrain Adventure. This tire pairs a bold, aggressive tread design with a surprisingly smooth on-road ride. On highways and city streets, it handles corners confidently and responds well to steering inputs. Wet braking and traction are solid, keeping you safer in rain or slick conditions. Inside the vehicle, cabin noise is kept moderate so long drives aren't fatiguing, which is rare for tires with such rugged off-road styling. When you take it off pavement, the Goodyear really shines. Gravel, dirt roads, and light trails are handled with impressive grip and predictability. The tread digs into loose surfaces without making the ride harsh, giving you confidence in almost any mild off-road scenario. Comfort and ride quality are also strong points. Suspension feels supported, bumps are absorbed nicely, and the tire doesn't create unnecessary vibrations in the cabin. Fuel efficiency is average, but most drivers accept this minor trade-off for a tire that performs reliably both on and off-road. Still, it's not quite the number 1 tire. The top 2 manage wet performance, braking, and overall smoothness just a touch better, which pushes them ahead. Number 2. Continental Terrain Contact A/T. This tire is engineered to handle both wet and dry roads with confidence, giving drivers peace of mind in everyday situations. On pavement, it feels remarkably stable and responsive. Steering is precise and corners are handled smoothly. Wet braking is among the best in this entire group, meaning you can stop more quickly when the road is slick. Noise levels are low and the ride is comfortable, which makes commuting or long trips much more enjoyable. Off-road, the Continental isn't just about looks. It handles light trails, dirt paths, and gravel with ease. The tread grips well and the tire maintains stability even on shifting surfaces. It's not the most aggressive off-road tire, but it's predictable and dependable, which is perfect for drivers who mostly stay on roads but want a tire ready for weekend adventures. Fuel efficiency is respectable for an all-terrain tire, so you won't be hitting the pump too often. Overall, this tire balances comfort, safety, and off-road capability almost perfectly. So if it's not number one, you might wonder why. There's one tire that edges it out in the overall driving experience, especially for those who want a slightly smoother, quieter ride while maintaining strong off-road ability. Next up, we reveal the number one best all-terrain tire for everyday use. Number 1. Firestone Destination All-Terrain 2, the ultimate pick for drivers who want it all. This tire combines comfort, safety, and off-road ability in a way that few others in this segment can match. On the road, it feels stable and predictable. Steering is responsive and cornering is smooth. Wet braking is excellent, giving drivers extra confidence during rain or sudden stops. Cabin noise is impressively low and the ride absorbs bumps well, making long drives genuinely enjoyable. Off-road performance is equally impressive. Gravel, dirt, and light trails are handled with solid grip and control. Unlike some tires that feel stiff off-road, the Firestone keeps the ride balanced and comfortable, so you don't feel every rock or bump beneath you. Its tread design also provides excellent traction without sacrificing road manners, making it ideal for drivers who split their time between streets and trails. Fuel efficiency is solid for an all-terrain tire, so it won't drain your wallet at the pump. Overall, it delivers one of the most well-rounded experiences in the segment, combining quiet comfort, predictable handling, and reliable off-road capability. If you're looking for a tire that genuinely does it all, the Firestone Destination All-Terrain 2 is the clear choice. It even goes head-to-head with Goodyear in performance. And if you want to see which tires are actually beating Michelin and Goodyear, check out our video on tire brands that are destroying the big names. Click the link above to see the full comparison. Up next, we're looking at the 5 all-terrain tires you should absolutely avoid, the ones that underperform despite their popularity. Worst number 5. Nitto Ridge Grappler. While it looks aggressive and promising on paper, in reality it fails to deliver where it matters most. Drivers report that wet handling feels unpredictable and braking distances are longer than you'd expect from a tire in this category. On the road, the Ridge Grappler produces significant cabin noise. Long drives become tiring as the tire's firm construction transmits every bump and crack directly into the vehicle. Comfort is compromised, making it feel rough even on smooth pavement. Fuel economy takes a hit too because the higher rolling resistance makes your engine work harder, costing you more money at the pump over time. Off-road performance isn't enough to compensate for these shortcomings. While it might grip loose dirt or mud adequately, the tire struggles with traction on rocks and uneven surfaces. Drivers often find themselves correcting small slides and dealing with inconsistent handling, which quickly becomes frustrating and potentially unsafe. Next, a tire that seems popular but falls short in almost every key category. Worst number 4. Falken Wild Peak. A/T trail drivers frequently notice that its on-road performance is lacking. Wet braking and handling feel uncertain, and the tire tends to understeer in corners, making the ride feel less safe and harder to control. Cabin comfort is another issue. The Wild Peak is noisy, sending road vibrations and tread pattern sounds straight into the vehicle. Long trips become fatiguing and rough roads feel even harsher. Fuel economy is also affected as the tire's rolling resistance is higher than many alternatives, meaning it consumes more fuel over time. Off-road performance doesn't make up for these flaws. While it can tackle gravel and light dirt, the tire struggles on more challenging surfaces like mud, rocks, or uneven trails. Traction feels inconsistent, so you're constantly correcting little slides just to maintain control. Worst number 3. General Grabber ATX. On wet roads, this tire feels unpredictable with longer braking distances and less grip than you'd want. In corners, the handling feels slow and unresponsive, so you're constantly making small corrections just to stay on line. Noise and comfort are serious concerns. The ATX is loud in the cabin, especially on highways, and every bump or crack is amplified through the suspension. Long drives quickly become exhausting, making it one of the less pleasant tires for daily use. Fuel efficiency suffers too, thanks to higher rolling resistance, meaning you'll spend more at the pump over time. Off-road performance doesn't save it. While it can handle loose gravel or dirt moderately well, traction on mud, rocks, or uneven terrain is inconsistent. Drivers often notice the rear end sliding around on rough trails, which quickly goes from frustrating to genuinely dangerous. Worst number 2. Cooper Discoverer AT3. While it may look capable with its aggressive tread, real-world performance tells a different story. On wet or slick roads, the AT3 struggles to maintain grip, making braking distances longer and cornering feel unpredictable. Everyday driving becomes stressful when the tires don't respond as expected. Noise and comfort are another weak point. The AT3 produces loud, high-pitched road noise, which makes long trips tiring. The ride is harsh and stiff, transmitting bumps and vibrations directly into the cabin. For drivers seeking a smooth daily ride, this tire is far from ideal. Fuel economy also suffers. The tire's high rolling resistance means your engine works harder, burning more fuel on every trip. Off-road performance isn't much better. While it can handle loose dirt, mud, or gravel moderately, it loses traction quickly on uneven surfaces, making it harder to control on trails. Grip is sketchy, noise is annoying, and fuel economy suffers. But if you think that's bad, wait until you see the tire that earns the title of worst all-terrain you can buy. And yes, people are still choosing it every day. Worst number 1. Kumho Road Venture, a T51. This tire looks tough, but in real-world driving it fails almost everywhere. Wet roads are a major problem. The AT51 grips poorly and has long stopping distances, making everyday driving genuinely risky. Even on dry pavement, the steering feels slow and sloppy, which can catch drivers off guard in traffic or during sudden maneuvers. Comfort and noise are also disappointing. The AT51 is stiff and bouncy, sending every bump straight into the cabin. On highways, the road noise is loud and harsh, making long drives uncomfortable and fatiguing. Fuel efficiency suffers as well. The tire's high rolling resistance forces your engine to work harder, costing you more at the pump every month. Off-road, it's barely any better. Loose dirt, gravel, or mud overwhelms the AT51 quickly, and it doesn't inspire confidence when traction is needed most. The Kumho Road Venture misses the mark in every category: safety, comfort, efficiency, and off-road capability. It may seem like a budget-friendly choice at first, but in practice it creates more problems than it solves. Even the best all-terrain tire can feel terrible if you choose the wrong profile. Too low and you risk damage. Too high and you lose control. Most people still believe outdated myths about this. If you found this breakdown helpful, hit that like button and subscribe to Car Vitalize for more real-world tire tests and honest automotive advice. Drop a comment below telling us which tires you're currently running and whether they made the best or worst list. See you in the next one.